Hey guys, welcome to Goodwill's weekly analysis. And we have had a few major events happening in the stock market perspective. First of all, is the Maharashtra and Jharkhand election, and as you can see, NDA BJP-led India has managed to secure the most number of seats in Maharashtra. And I've already discussed in my previous video why it is very important that the same political party which is ruling in the center, if it gets elected in Maharashtra, it is good for the stock market. No political views, just speaking about it from purely stock market perspective, from Dalal Street perspective, right? And clearly that has happened. The two BJP has won with a very overwhelming number of seats. So it's very interesting to see what will happen tomorrow. Probably it will open with a huge gap up, or we can, I think, hopefully look forward for a very green bullish day. But again, market could have factorized the Maharashtra elections, because on Friday we saw a huge rally where market, even Nifty and Bank Nifty had gone up by almost 2%, right? And on the other hand, Jharkhand election not so important as Maharashtra, but still, Congress-led India bloc has managed to win 50 seats. The majority goes for, I think, India itself. So. But again, like I've mentioned, Maharashtra elections holds a lot more significance than Jharkhand election. And on the other major news that we had this week is the Adani, whole Adani mess. SEC is basically just like how we have SEBI in India, they have SEC. So they have apparently started some investigation against Adani over some bribe charges, and we noticed a huge lower circuit. Adani Port, Adani Enterprise, both of them hit lower circuits on the day of the news. And they did recover on the last day. But then stocks like Adani Energy, basically some people pulled out of their deals because of all the scam and investigation that is going on around Adani. So that is one of the negative news, I would say. So let's start this weekly analysis by going through Nifty chart first. As you can see, I've opened Nifty on a weekly time frame. The first, as per MTF analysis, we're supposed to go from a higher time frame to a lower time frame, right? So let's start with weekly. Here, as you can see, the first thing that I notice here is that a huge bullish candle, a huge bullish hammer candle on a weekly chart that is indicating clearly some sort of bullish indication in the market. Now, apart from that, what I really notice is the bearish wedge, right? So let's go into daily to get a better clarity. As you can see on a daily time frame, I notice a pattern that is engulfing candle. As you can see, over the last 3-4 days, whatever market was falling, it just one big green candle over to call of them engulfed all the previous candles. So we call it engulfing. Again, a very bullish pattern. But what makes it really interesting is if I go into a smaller chart time frame, like 1 hour, right? I have a very clear bearish wedge, or you can even call it a channel, whatever you want to call it. So basically there are two trend lines. As we can notice, on the upper hand we have a resistance zone, and market is trading exactly near that resistance zone. So it is very interesting to see what will happen tomorrow, because clearly market might not open flat and give us traders any chance to trade this. So clearly it might open with a huge gap up or a gap down, most likely a gap up, as Gift Nifty is indicating as of now, because of the Maharashtra election. So this is a very good chart pattern that is currently going on in Nifty. So we have to keep an eye on this particular pattern and see what will happen. And one more thing that I would like to show you guys is the 200-day EMA. Like I've mentioned this in my previous videos as well. As we can notice, let me just remove this so you can see it clearly. As you can see, we have noticed, we all know that 200-day EMA is a very important indicator, especially especially be it any stock or index. It's a very important indicator that everyone should be aware of. And as you can see, there's one more learning here, that is, it will never be exactly touching that point and going up. That's not how it works, right? So clearly there was a huge fall, because these things are driven by a whole economy as a whole. So clearly the impact will move around a little bit. So we will not get a exact touch and go pattern like we may see on Google if you Google 200 EMA strategy, right? So clearly market has taken some sort of a support from this 200 EMA, clearly acting as a strong support. So let me just show you guys by adding RSI, and if I just go to daily chart, I notice a very interesting So now let's look at it by adding RSI. Like I've shown you guys the technical chart pattern in 200-day EMA. It's very important to take a look at RSI to understand whether Nifty is actually oversold or overbought, or was there any indication. And clearly, as you can notice, for the last few days, market has been falling. It is making lower lows, as you can see, but RSI is making higher highs. This is something called as divergence, and clearly a positive divergence, which means that market will go up. And as I have seen for the in Friday session, market showed a really good upward rally, and tomorrow also we have some positive news. So it's very important to see. I think these are some of the three things technically that I myself would be watching out in Nifty's chart, because clearly it is showing all the bullish indications, but again, no one can guess the market. No one can predict the market, right? So it will have to just wait and watch as to what will exactly happen in Nifty tomorrow. And next off, I have Bank Nifty's chart, and if I may just open it on daily chart, as you can notice, another bullish indication on Thursday itself, right? Thursday session itself, we saw a big hammer candle, and as you can notice, today there's a continuation candle on Friday. And on the above, I have a small trend line coming up, still for about 1 or 2% up. So maybe in tomorrow's session, this trend line, which has been acting as a good resistance zone, is something that we need to watch out for as traders. And also, I'd like to show you guys a quick magic of 200 EMA on Bank Nifty. I know it will not be picture perfect every time, but uh, just to give you guys a quick example, as you can notice, I have 200 EMA. Let me just increase the size so you can see that clearly. So as you can guys notice, over here I have the blue line, which is 200 EMA, and clearly for the last 4 times, whenever Bank Nifty has come to the 200-day EMA, we have seen a very sharp recovery, right? So over here, if I may select, over here is the first, second, third, and then just on Wednesday session, we saw a very quick recovery as soon as it hit that perfect spot of 200 EMA. And I know it doesn't happen every time, right? But still, 200 EMA is a very important indicator for us to watch out for, I would say, because as you can see, both Nifty and Bank Nifty seems to be responding very well to that. And apart from that, I think Nifty looks a lot more bullish than Bank Nifty, clearly, because there are quite a few hurdles for Bank Nifty the way ahead. So next, let's start ahead with the sectoral analysis. The first sector that I want to show you guys is the IT, Nifty IT sector. I'll just go to that by searching CNX IT. So I have Nifty index in front of me, and as you can see, if I may just zoom out and look at what has transpired in the last couple of years, we have a very strong base on the downside and a resistance which has been tested multiple times. So clearly now again, Nifty IT is trading very well near its previous all-time high. There could be another all-time high tomorrow, right? Because it's clearly indicating that with a if you notice the weekly candle, we have a very bullish candle on the weekly time frame itself. Let me just zoom in so you guys can see clearly. Over here, a very big bullish hammer candle near all-time high, indicating that market might move ahead. And this also comes from a fundamental economical driven news. Basically, US labor jobber data, which came out on last Friday, indicated that consumer confidence has been increasing, and I think the unemployment rate has been lowest in the last 7 months or something of that sort, which has actually pushed IT market in a positive divergence. And as you can see, all the stocks have been moving upward and upward. This is the CNX IT, just like how we have Bank Nifty. This is the IT index, and we clearly notice a bullish pattern emerging here. And if I may just take you guys through all the IT stocks here, I have TCS. If you can see on a weekly time frame, trading near 200 EMA with a extremely bullish hammer candle. And then we have the same thing going on with Techem as well, trading exactly near its previous high. This might go both ways, right? So it's trading near its all-time high. It could either take resistance and come down, or just make another new high. I'm curious to know what will transpire in the IT sector. And we have Wipro. Again, Wipro is actually having two different chart patterns. I would like to show you guys over here. If I may just turn off 200 EMA, right? So here, there's a very interesting bullish pattern. First of what do I notice? Weekly pay, it is also giving a hammer candle, and I immediately notice that there's a inverse head and shoulder pattern, right? So this is one of the most bullish patterns out there. But I know people might look at this and say, oh, it could be a cup and handle. Well, you are right. It looks like a cup and handle too. Whatever it is, it's both are bullish patterns and a very bullish closing on Friday as well. So looks very positive, very bullish, especially Wipro and TCS and Techum. And we also have HCL, which is, I think, maybe it already hit its all-time high on Friday session. If not, I'm sure it will make a new high tomorrow as soon as it opens, I suppose, because another all-time trading exactly near all-time high with a hammer candle closing on a weekly time frame, indicating that as you can see, all the IT stocks are on a very positive trend. So next off, I want to take you guys to the banking sector, if I may show you. And I think we shouldn't even bother looking at HDFC at this point. Has been an absolute sleeping giant, has not been moving anywhere whatsoever, and clearly I don't see any good pattern emerging. But clearly trading near some sort of a resistance, but uh, not so hopeful for me as trader, I would say. But then SBI on the other hand is making good pattern. If I may open it in weekly chart right now, right? So clearly, um, Dragonfly Doji as well, not just a hammer. So looking very bullish. Bulls have been supporting this particular stock, as you can see. There was a trend line going. As soon as it does the trend line, it is taking support. I think if I open it in an hourly chart, you'll be able to see it clearly. Here I have SBI on a weekly time frame. As you can see, there's a not just a hammer, this is a dragonfly doji sort of candle that is appearing on a weekly time frame. So it is very bullish, and you can also see there's a trend line going from below, and as soon as it touched that trend line, we noticed a sharp buying in SBI from lower levels. So clearly a very bullish indication, but currently it is trading at no man's reach, I would say, sort of in the middle where it is not that attractive to maybe traders, but clearly a very good pattern emerging could give some sort of a opportunity for traders in the coming days. If you just track these upper and lower levels, uh, that upper and lower trend line, clearly there might be some sort of a trade in the future over the next week. And next, take a look at the ICICI, and here there's a very good pattern, very bullish pattern as well. If I can open it in an hourly chart over here, as you can notice, very similar to what is appearing in Nifty, but Nifty is currently trading below the resistance, but ICICI has closed above the resistance. You will notice, there's a channel pattern going on, and clearly market is ICICI has managed to close above the resistance. So I'm very interested to curious to know if it will lead on to next higher high, because as we noticed in the last few days it was giving lower lows. Now it has the opportunity to make that higher high and move higher. So taking Bank Nifty on an upward trajectory. But let's see what will happen in ICICI. But clearly a very good chart pattern to keep on your chart watch list. And next off we have Bandhan Bank again, hitting low lows fundamentally, even though they have posted a good results, not up to the estimates of the market. So it has moved downwards, but clearly trading near another support zone, which might hit this week. I'm not certainly certain about it, but clearly trading near a previous support zone. If the banking sector takes a turn for the upside, maybe Bank Nifty will have a good opportunity on the upside as well. So these are basically the two indices that I wanted to talk to you about, the sectoral analysis of IT and Bank Nifty. So now, next off, I want to show you guys a pretty good chart that I've come across is the Cholamandalam Finance. So now here there are not just a technical but fundamental aspects to consider as well. I will leave that to you as a homework. Just Google what has transpired in Cholamandalam Finance over the last month, over the last quarterly results. I mean, it came very close to the estimates, but still the stock took quite a beating. But here now I notice there's a trend line, support once, support twice, thrice. Now for the fourth time, it is trading very near to that. And let me just zoom in so you can get a clarity of what could transpire. But what chart pattern could this be? Straightforward, if I look at it on a weekly time frame, it's a doji, but it looks like basically a negative hammer, like inverted hammer. But I can also think of it this way, where stock was falling continuously, but now it is making a doji as a sideways consolidation, if the consolidation breaks on a smaller time frame, right? So it could give a good opportunity for traders. There's a very good chart appearing, and as you can notice, as soon as market hit that trend line on a daily time frame, we noticed a very sharp recovery from buyers. Clearly, buyers was present in this place. So it's very interesting to know what will transpire over here as well, because this is a very good liquidity zone. So uh, it could turn out in such a way where if the trend line breaks, there could be a pretty big fall as well, right? Clearly, a very long term trend line. So this is one of the charts that has caught my eye today because it's a very good chart. There could be some possible opportunities over here. So next off, I have a chart from Sona Communication. A very good pattern emerging, a very good trend line and consolidation is happening in this particular stock. If I'll go to maybe 30 minutes time frame, you'll be able to notice a really good triangle pattern. A good consolidation has been happening and trading, and the stock is currently trading very near to that zone. So I think I might keep a close eye on this. If every other stock opens with a huge cap up and Sonacom doesn't, could give me an opportunity. So this has been in my watch list for tomorrow. And the other chart that I have is Lodha, but you'll find it by searching as macro tech developers and not as Lodha, guys, by the way. So here, there's a very good resistance on the upside. Market is trading maybe 3-4% below that. So if it closes above that, maybe there could be a really good upward momentum. Okay, so that's it about the charts. I have explained to you guys about Nifty, Bank Nifty, and what might happen in the IT sector, which looks very good on charts, very bullish. And then the Bank Nifty chart, we went one by one. So I've also shown you guys a few stocks. If you want to take a note of that, again, there's a Sonacoms, Lodha, and Chola Mandalam. So guys, that's it for today's video, and I also want to show you guys a newest tool that we at Goodwill have come up with called as RNT, that is Research and Trade. So if you are someone who is just tired of all these spam trading calls and tips on Telegram and WhatsApp, be sure to check out RNT. If you want to turn your trading as a business, I have given more information down below in the description. If you want to go check it out on app.gwcindia.live.